Have you ever searched for a company online, found their social media profile, and felt a sudden wave of hesitation because their last post was from 3 years ago? Or perhaps you found a page that resembled a constant stream of automated sales pitches with little to no human interaction. In those moments, did you trust that brand enough to give them your business? The answer for most of us is a resounding no. In today's digital landscape, your social media presence is often the first and most critical point of contact for a potential customer. It functions as a digital living room where prospects come to see if you are who you say you are. But here is the real question. Is your social media strategy building a bridge of trust, or is it creating a wall of indifference? Do you leverage social media as key to implementing trust? As buyers move through the consideration stage of their journey, they aren't just looking for features and prices. They are looking for reasons to believe in you. This is why we view social media as key to establishing, maintaining, and scaling brand credibility. The discovery to trust pipeline. We live in a time of a trust paradox. While people are more skeptical than ever of polished corporate advertisements, they are increasingly reliant on social platforms for discovery. In fact, research shows that 58% of consumers discover new businesses via social media, which is now outperforming traditional search engines for certain demographics. When a prospect finds your brand, they don't just look at your website, they also consider your social media presence. They perform a social background check. They want to see how you treat your customers, how you discuss your industry, and whether you consistently show up every day. Recent data suggests that 97% of users check a business's online footprint before they even think about making a purchase. If your social profiles are empty, or worse, filled with unanswered customer complaints, your credibility takes a hit before you even get a chance to speak. Conversely, a vibrant, active, and helpful social presence signals that your business is healthy, stable, and ready to serve. The power of peer-to-peer trust. The 2024 Edelman Trust Barometer highlights a fascinating shift. People currently trust peers, or people like me, just as much as they trust technical experts or scientists. Social media is the only place where these peers congregate at scale. When you use social media to highlight user-generated content, reviews, or active community discussions, you aren't just marketing. You are leveraging social proof. This is a vital component of brand credibility because it takes the sales out of the equation and replaces it with evidence. 2. Pillar 1. Consistency as a signal of stability. Think of brand consistency as the heartbeat of your business, a core element to implement trust. If the heartbeat is steady, everything is fine. If it skips a beat or disappears for months, people worry. Research indicates that maintaining brand consistency across all platforms can increase revenue by 10 to 20%. Why? Because consistency breeds familiarity, and familiarity breeds trust. This doesn't just mean using the same logo and colors, though that helps. To enhance brand credibility, your brand voice must remain steady. Avoiding cognitive dissonance. If your website is highly technical and professional, but your Twitter account is full of memes that don't fit your industry, you create cognitive dissonance. The buyer becomes confused about your true identity. To keep social media as key to your growth, your narrative must be seamless. 3. Pillar 2. Humanization and the anti-AI movement. We are currently seeing a massive anti-AI movement in content consumption. As the internet becomes flooded with generic AI-generated text, human authenticity has become a premium currency. In fact, 55% of consumers say they are more likely to trust brands that are committed to publishing content created by humans. They want to see the faces behind the brand. They want to hear your CEO's thoughts on industry trends and know the team that makes it happen. When it comes to why consumers don't want to hear what AI has to say, it's because authenticity is cited by 86% of consumers as a key factor in their support. You can build this by showcasing leadership. Let your C-suite share original insights rather than corporate press releases. Behind-the-scenes content. Show the messy middle of product development or the joy of a team meeting. Employee advocacy. When your team shares your content, it carries more weight than when the company page shares it. When a brand feels human, it feels accountable. And when a brand is accountable, it is credible. EV. Pillar 3. engagement as an accountability metric. Many brands treat social media like a megaphone, a tool to shout their message at people, but the most credible brands treat it like a telephone, a tool for two-way conversation. The stakes for engagement are high. Data shows that 73% of customers will switch to a competitor if a brand fails to respond to them on social media. On the flip side, 78% of consumers want brands to use social media to facilitate connections between people. When you respond to a comment, answer a question, or address a public complaint with grace, you demonstrate your brand's integrity in real time. This is active credibility. It shows that there is a real person on the other side of the screen who cares about the customer experience. V. Choosing the right platform for your message. Not all platforms are created equal when it comes to building trust. Your strategy should depend on where your specific audience spends their consideration time. B2B credibility, LinkedIn. In the B2B world, consistency and credibility often manifest as in-depth content. For example, LinkedIn carousels that explain complex topics drive 11.2x more impressions than simple text posts. This shows your audience that you are willing to provide value for free, which is a massive credibility builder. LinkedIn is the undisputed leader for professional trust. According to HubSpot, about 40% of B2B marketers rank it as the most effective channel for high-quality leads. Here, credibility is built through the example above, as well as in-depth white papers, participation in industry groups, thoughtful commentary on current news. B2C credibility, Instagram, TikTok. Instagram and TikTok are the go-to platforms for consumers to discover new content. 61% of users use Instagram to find products and services. In this space, credibility is often built through visual proof and influencer partnerships. The role of influencers. 61% of consumers trust influencer endorsements more than traditional advertisements. However, there is a catch. Influencers also look at your credibility. 93% of influencers say the quality of a brand's own content affects whether they choose to work with them. Your social media presence needs to be partner-ready to attract the best advocates. The financial value of trust. It is easy to think of credibility as a soft metric, but it has very hard financial results. When customers feel a connection to a brand, which is the ultimate result of sustained credibility, 57% of them will increase their spending with that brand. More importantly, 76% will choose that brand over a competitor, even if the competitor is cheaper. In the consideration stage of the buyer's journey, your goal is to provide enough social proof to move the buyer from thinking to deciding. Social media provides the perfect medium for this. Whether it's a video testimonial, a case study highlight, or a simple thank you post to a long-term client, these small touches aggregate into a powerful reputation. SEPIN. 5 strategic tactics for 2026 and beyond. To ensure you are using social media as a key to your brand's future, consider these actionable data-driven steps. Audit your response time. Ensure your team is responding to queries within hours, not days. Credibility dies in the silence of an ignored comment. Video as a truth teller. Use video to show your face and voice. It is much harder to fake credibility on camera than it is in a written post. Live streams are particularly effective for Q&A sessions. Data over hype. Instead of saying you are the best, share a statistic or a case study that proves your impact. Numbers don't lie, and customers appreciate the transparency. Social listening. Use social listening tools to see what people are saying about your industry. Join those conversations as a helpful expert, not a salesperson. Quality over frequency. It is better to post 3 high-value insights a week than 5 low-effort updates. High-quality content signals high-quality service. Leading through digital transformation. Ultimately, social media is no longer just a peripheral marketing channel. It is the cornerstone of brand integrity in a digital-first world. Building this level of credibility requires more than just posting. It requires a strategic approach to how you present your expertise and value. The journey from a social user to a credible industry leader is a process of digital transformation. It involves moving away from traditional one-way advertising models and toward a community-driven, conversational approach. By focusing on consistency, humanization, and engagement, you ensure that every digital touchpoint reinforces your brand's reliability. At Aspiration Marketing, we understand that true digital transformation starts with trust. We specialize in helping brands navigate the complexities of the digital landscape, turning social platforms into trust-building engines that drive measurable revenue. Aspiration Marketing's leadership in this space is built on the belief that every post is an opportunity to strengthen your bond with your audience. We help you move beyond the noise and establish a presence that resonates with authority and authenticity. Whether you are a B2B firm looking to dominate LinkedIn or a B2C brand aiming for Instagram excellence, we provide the data-driven strategies necessary to make your credibility a core pillar of your business. Is your current social strategy building a bridge of trust, or is it time for a change?